we have your Tech Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th. Welcome back to the channel. So what do we have for you today? I got 56 different tech deals coming from Amazon Prime on this big day. So just sit back and relax if you love tech. And we're going to go through 56 of the best deals you can find right now. Now I'm going to go through these really fast, so hold on to your shorts so we can get through them all. Here's product number one. I have a lot of Apple fans, but if you're an Android lover, right over here. The Google Pixel 9a with Gemini right here. Look at the deal on this. $349 right now, usually $499. This is incredible considering Apple's kind of low model is going to be $599. You can pick this up for $349 right now. Great deal. Let's keep moving though. So maybe you are an Apple fan, like a lot of my viewers are, and you want an Apple Watch. You don't need the newest and greatest. Take a look over here. This is the Apple Watch Ultra right here, the original one. It's not the newest one, and this is renewed premium. The price on this is $378 for an Ultra watch. Now it's not the newest and greatest, but renewed premium basically means it's basically like refurbished directly from Apple or close to that. It's only going to have a couple cycles on it. It means it's almost usually always in pristine condition. So you might want to consider this if you're an Apple lover. I totally recommend that. A good deal. So for the third product here, what do we have? This is one of the best mice out there in the world, the Logitech MX Master. This is usually around like $120 somewhere in there. Right now it's on sale for $84.99 right now. An incredible cost on one of the best mice you can buy, but let's keep moving. Okay, so now we have some M.2 SSDs for you, and these are some incredible prices. Just wait until you see this. So right over here, take a look at this. The Samsung 990 EVO Plus SSD, 4 terabytes right now for $199.99, under $200 for 4 terabytes. This is an incredible drive. I've done a ton of tests on this on my channel. I love this drive. That's one of the best drives out there, I think, obviously, that you can buy for the money, and you never go wrong with Samsung. At least in my experience, I've never had any problems with them. All right, the next one over here, take a look at this. We have the Western Digital Black. This is an 8 terabyte SN850X, one of the best drives as well for an M.2 drive, up to 7,200 megabytes per second. 8 terabytes, and what is it going to cost? $543.99. $543.99. That is an incredible price for 8 terabytes, no matter which way you slice it. But let's keep going because we got a couple more of these in here. And what's the next one? Let me just take a look over here. So the next one is this Lexar, right? This is an 8 terabyte drive also. This is the NM790. We talked about this many times in the channel. You can see the speed 7,600 megabytes per second. A pretty good drive overall. Rating's really high, 4.6. So what do we have for the price on this? This is actually $499. Under $500 for 8 terabyte M.2 drive. Who would have ever thought that? I mean, I never thought that was even possible. Let's keep going. We have a few more. Okay, so this next one's the Samsung SSD. This is the 9100 Pro, 8 terabytes as well. And you're going to notice that this is a little bit more, but still an incredible price here, because this is the one that actually is 14,800 megabytes per second. You do need PCI 5.0 to get that speed there, or a Thunderbolt 5 or something to get that speed. This is actually on sale right now for $749.99. $749.99 if you can believe that. Now again, it's more expensive because of that speed, but if you're someone that wants the greatest and the best out there, this is probably the one you want to pick up. Now, obviously, most people probably don't actually need that speed, but what are you going to do, right? It's fun to always have it. The next thing is a couple of earbuds, right? If you want to get some kind of inexpensive pairs, maybe you don't want the Apple ones, well, there's a couple options out there, and this isn't actually inexpensive. This is actually a quality one, but it's still a different option for you if you don't always like Apple. So what is this one? We have the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, and I take it back. This is not the actual budget one. This is actually the Pro version of it. This is going to be on sale right now. What is it, 28% off? It's $179.99, so a really good price on that. Usually, what is it? Usually like around $249, $250, somewhere in that range. This is kind of the Samsung's high-end earbuds as well, so it's a pretty good price there overall. I think that's actually a fair price there, and not too bad. All right, the next thing we have here, one's if you want a kind of a laptop, but again, you're not a Mac user right now. Take a look over here. We have the Microsoft Surface laptop. This is from last year, but this is Windows 11. You get 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD storage, right? But the Snapdragon X Elite. So this is usually around $2,000 usually. It's on sale right now for $1499.99, under $1,500. I think it was on sale recently for around $1,700 or something. But look at that cost, $1499.99, some of the best costs you can find right now on Microsoft laptops. Okay, maybe you're a gamer. You like to game a lot, all right? And you want some good headphones. Well, here's some good ones from a great company right here. Here's the Logitech G435 Lightspeed. These are used by a lot. They got great microphones on them for playing games, and the headphone experience is kind of tuned to play games with. You can see right here. So what do we have right now? This is basically, it's usually around 80 bucks. It's $39.99 right now. So 50% off right now. An incredible deal in that. 50% off on headphones like this. You can kind of see the colors in here, how it's got this little kind of a yellow cable. Really cool design in there. I'm just trying to go through this fast. I'm not going to go through too many of the pictures here, but you get the idea. Really, really cool if you like those colors, kind of the yellow accents and the blue accents there. All right, let's keep moving. We got a lot more to go through. We actually have another SSD drive. I must have forgot here. Maybe we have a couple more strewn in here as well. So what do we have here? We have the Samsung 990 Pro SSD M.2 2 terabyte version, 7450 megabytes per second. You can see that there. And it's going to be on super sale right now for $129. Can you imagine that? $129. It's usually, I've seen it for like $159, $149, never $129. That's an incredible price there for this drive. You guys tell me if you've ever seen. I think that's the lowest price alert ever. Now, let's say you want some external storage for backups and things like that. What do we have? Well, take a look. We got a couple good deals here. We got the Seagate portable 2 terabyte external hard drive right here. Now, this is not an SSD drive, but it's just a spinning drive. Usually, what is this? I think this is usually around $79. It's on sale right now for $64.99. I think that's the lowest price I've seen it at, $64.99. And pretty good. I mean, you can see the ratings, 4.6 and 260,000 reviews. So a ton of people buy this thing. They use it all the time. And you can't go wrong with these things. Even though it's not super fast, it's good for general backups and even doing like, your Apple backups and stuff like that. As long as you're not doing editing off these things, you should be fine. Okay, so maybe you want an Apple Watch next, but you don't want to spend a ton of money. Well, here we go. We got you covered. This is a little bit older version. So we got the Apple Watch Series 9 right here with GPS, the 45 millimeter. So this is the more expensive version, the bigger version. Again, renewed premium means it's basically new, or it'll come in that white box basically usually from Apple, but they don't say that. You just don't know exactly. Just look at the reviews though and stuff like that. This is usually around $270 or something. Right now it's on sale for $211. So $211. So there's not much that's changed, too much with these watches over the last two versions of it, from the 9 to the 11th version coming out, or that just came out. So you might want to consider that for $211. That's a really good deal there. All right, the next thing we have here, if you're a Samsung lover again and you like the big flip phones, you don't want to wait for maybe Apple's version coming out. They got some of their huge flagships on sale right now. Here's the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. This is the one, let's see, 512 gigabytes. That's why it's so expensive here. This is usually around $2,100. Right now it's on sale for $1,719. So $1,700.19. That's around 18% off. But when you're up that high in money, 18% is a lot of money, as you can see. I think there's the next version is the cheaper version. Let me see. Yeah, here's the cheaper version. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 again, but only $256. This is usually sells for around $1,900, but now it's $1,599. So $1,599, still crazy expensive for a cell phone, but for people that are looking for it, I think it's a good deal. Okay, this next product here is a great thing if you actually want to power your entire house, not just a little bit of your house. If the power goes out and you maybe want to last 2 full days on a battery, take a look over here. Here's the EF EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. So why is it a Pro 3? It's over 4,000 watt hours. So that's huge right here. 48 kilowatt hour battery. It's going to be on sale. Let's just see here. Well, originally it's usually around, they say it's around $3,600 normally. It's $24.99. I think that's the lowest price alert. So you almost cut that in half. That's like what, 33% off. A big sale here. These things will power everything. Especially if you have an RV or something, it'll power that for days. So you can't complain. Definitely pick that up if you're looking for it. That's one of the lowest price alerts I've seen. Now I'm talking about the cheap earbuds. Before I was kind of misspoken. So if you want some cheaper earbuds that are actually higher quality, take a look over here. Here's the JBL Tune Flex. You can see them right here. Good company name. What are these going to be? So these are going to be on sale. These are usually sometimes on sale. They're usually though around $100, and right now they're $39.95. So that's 60% off the cost of them. 60% off on these things. Now again, you got to take them with a grain of salt. They're noise canceling, and you're going to get obviously what you pay for. But I think at that cost, they're totally worth it, and for what it is basically. All right. We talked about the Apple Watch. Maybe you're not in that ecosystem. Maybe it's Fitbit. What do we have over here? We have the Fitbit Versa 4 Fitness smartwatch right here, and you can see it. So what is this? This is usually around $199. It's actually $139 right now, so about 30% off right there for you. A really good deal on Fitbit. They go on sale a lot, but this is, I think, a low price alert as well. Pretty good. Just remember that this is all subject to change depending on availability, so you could go in there and these could change. I always like to say that. Anyways, let's keep moving. So we got another external hard drive. This is one of the more common ones. Awesome deal here. Here's a Samsung T7 portable SSD, 2 terabytes. This is usually like $160, maybe somewhere in that range. And look at this, $109 for 2 terabytes. $109 for 2 terabytes, Samsung T7. This is the one you should get no matter what if you're thinking about it, because that's going to be the lowest I've seen it forever. All right, now you want another laptop. We got some laptop deals. Maybe you're a gamer, right? Here we go. The Asus ROG Strix. This is the G16 2025 current gaming laptop. The beauty of this is 165 hertz. You get an RTX 5060 graphics card in there, GeForce RTX. You can see it. i7 1465 HX, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. Now this is usually around $1,400. It's $1,199 right now. Incredible, especially with that graphics card. It should be able to play most of the modern games. And, obviously you got to tweak the settings and stuff. But I think for $1,199, that's a steal right there if you're a gamer. And who knows, right? This next product doesn't have a huge discount on it, and it's normally a certain cost here and there, but I just wanted to show it to people because it's so cool. So let's say you're a gamer, but you like to play more like games from my era, right? Back in the 80s and 90s on your computer. Take a look. A lot of people don't know this exists. This is the 8-bit do, like right here, I don't even, 8-bit do arcade stick, right? It's probably for 8-bit games, right? For Switch and Windows. You can play it on Windows here and the Switch. Arcade flight stick. So this is going to be roughly, this is usually around $89. Right now it's on sale for $76. So not the biggest, sale there, 15% off or something. The beauty of this thing, let me actually click on this one. So this one gives you a controller. This is a controller that you can actually move around like this with your hand, a stick controller. You got all the arcade buttons over here. You got kind of 2 buttons, player 1, player 2 here, and a bunch of more settings over here. So you can actually hook this up, play all of your arcade games on there for, what is that for? $76. You can't go wrong there. It's incredible. Okay, Dell monitors, they're really good. And with Macs, especially people that watch my channel, a lot of Macs are, as far as the scaling, you can either get 5K or you can get 1440p for the scaling to be very crisp. Well, here's a 1440p Dell that I recommend. Here's the Dell S20, what is it? The S27, I can't even say this, the S2725DS. Why did they do this to us, right? So it's going to be 2560 by 1440. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect scaling on Macs, and PCs will be fine with it. 100 refresh rate. This one's actually usually around $219 or so. It's down to $157. Imagine that, $157, and you're going to get higher than 1080p. So I would recommend this for a lot of people that just they don't need 5K, but they want something just a touch better. You can't go wrong there. It's one of the best. Okay, we got another computer for you, and again, this is more for maybe a gamer, but it's kind of a mid-range gamer. Not going to be the highest, obviously, but still a good cost over here. We got the CyberPower PC. They're known for making gaming PCs. Extreme VR gaming PC. You can see in here, what does this have? It's got the i7 in here, 16 gigs, but it's got an RTX 5060 as well. That's the key, the graphics card. 16 gigabytes and 1 terabyte. And you can see the price. The price on this is usually like $1,400 or something. It's on sale for $1,155. So that's, what is that, a 15-16% discount? Pretty good here. I just wanted to showcase it because I like to showcase some of these on my channel from time to time. For people that want to get in some basic gaming, you might not be able to get the high settings from a 5060, but you're going to be able to play most games at moderate settings is the way I would look at it here, especially in 2025. All right, the next thing, again, backup. A lot of people watch me for backup external hard drives and things like that on my channel. I do reviews of them all the time. Here we go. SanDisk Extreme 8 terabytes. If you want 8 full terabytes, this thing's usually around $699, all right, for 8 full terabytes. It's on sale for $459. 34 or 35% off. An incredible value there. $459 for 8 terabytes of an external SSD. You cannot go wrong with this. This is a low price alert. #1 bestseller as well. All right, what else do we have in here? We got another hard drive. So this is another hard drive from Samsung, and it's going to be that fast one again. So right over here, Samsung SSD 9100 Pro, but this is the 4 terabyte version, not the 8 terabyte. It's usually around like $500. Right now it's on sale for $349. $349 for 4 terabytes at 14,800 megabytes per second. Again, you need that PCI 5.0 to actually run that and actually have, a good time using it. So if you're going to get that speed out of it, make sure you have the right equipment. Do your own research there. Let's keep going. I'm just trying to get through these as quick as I can. All right, so what do we have here? We have another cell phone here, and let me just see what this one is. Take a look. This is the Samsung Galaxy S25 cell phone, so very, very common. 256 version of it. You can see in here. So obviously this is one's bought all the time. This is usually around like, around $800 maybe, somewhere in that range usually. And what do we have on the sale right now? $659. $659, 23% off right now on sale. Pretty crazy if you can pick it up and if you're on that ecosystem, all right? All right, the next drive here is we got a couple more M.2 drives actually. I lied to you. I think we have 3 or 4 more left in this whole video, so stay tuned for those. Here we go. The Samsung 990 Pro again with heatsink this time, 2 terabytes. You can see this one over here. This one's, what is this one's usually? Around $209. What do we have for the sale? We have $139 right now. That is definitely their low price alert on this drive for this version, 2 terabyte version. This one's going to get the 7450 megabytes per second, which is fast enough to run everything you can throw at it, obviously. And then we have another version over here. Take a look. This is the Samsung 990 Pro. 4 terabyte. The other one was 2 terabytes. This is the 4 terabyte version. This one's usually around $380. It's actually on sale right now for $259. That's incredible for this version of the drive here, especially the Pro version. Can't go wrong. Okay, so next we have a Windows laptop that's kind of a, just to say you're on Mac maybe, or you just need like a really basic one that's going to work really well for you. Here's one that I recommend right over here. This is the Dell Inspiron. This is the 3530 laptop right here. We can see it's an i3 1305. That's actually good. It's not like one of those, really slow Celerons. It's actually an i3, which is good. 8 gigs of RAM, which you can upgrade, and then 512 gigabyte SSD. So this is usually around $400. It's not an expensive laptop. Right now it's on sale for $299. How about that, right? So if you need a Windows laptop, but maybe you're on the Mac ecosystem, but you just need one kind of every once in a while, go ahead and get that, and you can kind of tweak it if you want to. But overall, $299, awesome deal. All right, next thing we have over here, we have the Seagate portable 5 terabyte external hard drive. This is not an SSD drive. This is for basic storage here. These are usually like $130 normally. We have it on sale right now for $109. I thought that was a pretty good deal at 16% off. It's not the biggest deal there, but those things, for that version of it, it's pretty good, right? All right, we have another computer here, so take a look. We have the Alienware Aurora gaming desktop, all right? It's called the ACT 1250. We got a Core 9 Ultra here, or Core Ultra 9, I guess, 285, really fast CPU. This has got the RTX 5080 in it. Very, very fast. One of the fastest, obviously, cards you can buy right now. 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte, 1,000 watt power supply. This is usually $3,000. What do we have it on sale? $23.99. $23.99 from $3,000. That is 20% off. And Alienware, there's mixed reviews, obviously. But I actually had one. I have one sitting over there, an older one. It's done wonders for me. I love it. It's actually worked really well. If you don't want to go ahead and build your own, it's a good option for you. So I kind of recommend that. All right. The next thing over here, we have another one from Alienware, but it's a laptop. So we have the Alienware 16 Aurora laptop, the AC16250 here, 16-inch. You can see it's got the Intel Core 7, very fast, 16 gigs, 1 terabyte. What's this got? The RTX 5060 in it with an 8 gigabyte card in there, GGR7. This is usually around $1,400. And what do we have in the deal here? This is going to be $1,179 right now. $1,179 is a great deal overall for a laptop like that. If you're into gaming, you want to do some basic gaming, but it'll be good overall for everything you do. Okay, we have a couple monitors now, so let's talk about these right over here. We got the Samsung 27-inch Odyssey. This is an OLED, all right? That's why it's going to be a little bit more expensive. G6. This is going to usually be around $799. Right now it's $579. That's actually 27% off. Obviously, you get the deep blacks here, and it's going to be 240 hertz on this as well, and an OLED. So this is a great gaming monitor, 3-year warranty on it. This is again from Samsung. So definitely check that out if you're into that. Here's another one. If you're still into gaming, you want a really good 27-inch monitor for that. You're going to spend a little bit more money. Right over here. Here's the LG 27GS93QE. Again, OLED again here. You can see it here. This one's only 1440p, 240 hertz though. Pretty crazy, right? And this is going to usually be about $899, believe it or not. $899. It's on sale for $549. So 38% off right now. A really good deal on a monitor like that. But let's keep going. Let's just say, let me see what the next one is here. We got a little bit cheaper one for you, and maybe you want a little bit bigger monitor. Maybe you want 31 to 32 inches. Here we go. LG 32UR500K-B. It's an ultra-fine, but this is 32-inch 4K, so you get 4K 32 inches here. And it's usually usually around $329. It's actually $229, which is a great deal for a 32-inch 4K. Not bad, right? Pretty good. Okay, a little while back we showed you the great deal on the 2 terabyte Samsung T7. There's a deal on the 4 terabyte as well. Here it is right here. So here's 4 terabyte external. This is an SSD. Speeds around 1,000 megabytes per second, obviously. And so you're going to usually see this for around $300, $299. Right now it's on sale for $219. That's 36% off. So it's not an incredible deal, but for 4 terabytes and an SSD and a Samsung, I think you're doing pretty well there overall, and you can't go wrong, all right? Actually, I have another laptop right over here. So this is going to be another one kind of in the mid-range, I guess, if you're just on a Windows user. So we have the Dell 15 laptop here, DC 15 250, 16-inch, roughly 15.6, but 1080p, 120 hertz is not bad for just a Dell laptop. And you can see the processor, i5 processor, 16 gigs, 512 SSDs in here. So this is normally what? This is normally around $599. Right now it's on sale for $449.99. What does that come out to? 25% off. So 25% off deal on this. Pretty good deal. All right. Again, Pixel phones. We got some really good deals here. So take a look. Here's the Google Pixel 9 right here, unlocked, so they don't have to be on a specific brand there as far as your carrier. And you get the idea. Obsidian color here. This is usually around $799, somewhere in that range. Right now it's $549. So that is actually 31% off. $541 for the kind of it's not even their low end model, so that's actually cheaper than Apple's kind of their their SE or whatever they wanted to call it, lower end model. I guess they don't call that anymore, but you get the idea. So that's actually a really good deal for a smartphone of that caliber. Let me just say that. All right. Next thing we have is a couple of headphones here. These are going to be, mid-range again, low to mid-range, but you want something that's not going to embarrass you. Take a look over here. JBL Tune 520 BT right here. These are usually around $60. So they're not going to be the best, not going to be the worst. They're going to be somewhere in the middle. But they're on sale right now, 33% off for $39.95 from about $60. Can't go wrong. $39.95, you can give it a shot, right? And it's JBL. You're going to get some good sounds. It's got good ratings in there. All right. We do have another monitor here. Slipped it in here. So if you're looking for a monitor, let's take a look what we have. We have the Samsung 32-inch Odyssey G50D right here. All right. So we already have 180 hertz. Yes, it is 1440p. All right. So it's usually around $400. And what's it on sale right now? It's on sale for $279. So that comes out to 34% off, and a good monitor. So again, if you're a Mac user, these are actually perfect because they're going to scale perfectly at that 1440p. If you're a Windows user, you get the idea. It's not 4K, but you get what you get, right? All right, the next thing over here, I've talked about this product. We've all heard the Elgatos. They're actually great for controlling different things around your desk or launching applications. They have a good sale going on. Here's the Elgato Stream Deck. This is the MK-2, I guess they call it. I don't know why they have the 2 in there. I guess it's a second version. 4.8 out of 5 you can see in here. So this is usually around $150. Right now it's $119. So that's going to actually come out to around 20% off. Not bad because they don't usually go on super sale just because it's a kind of a name brand. You can usually get the offshoots of these for cheaper, but that's a good cost. Okay, next we have, you like Microsoft products? What do we have over here? We have the Microsoft Surface Pro 2-in-1 laptop. Now these are usually really expensive. So you can see here, this is usually going to be around $1,400 or so. It's on sale right now for $1,049. So full 25% off of this and pretty good. You get 16 gigs, 256 storage. You get the Snapdragon X Elite. That's the 12-core CPU. All that stuff built in this kind of tablet format here. For pretty good discount there. We can't complain. I know a lot of my users maybe aren't exactly Windows users, but you get the idea. Sometimes you just got to pick these things up. If you need a Windows laptop, they have so many good deals right now. All right, another monitor over here. We got the LG. This is the 27UP850K-W. Terrible name, right? Ultrafine. We've heard of the LG Ultrafine. That's what I call it. This is 4K though. Only 60 hertz, but still, these are usually around $377. What do we have? $279 right now, 26% off. So $279 for a 4K Ultrafine from LG is definitely a good pickup. It's 4.4 out of 5. This monitor I've actually tested, and it works great, so you can't complain with it, all right? All right. If you're a filmer like me, you have a channel like I do, or if you do, things where you need tons of storage and an SD card, sometimes these don't come up that often. There's a pretty good sale here. Most people won't need this, but you can take a look. Here's the SanDisk Extreme 2 terabyte version of it. So you get 2 terabytes in here, up to 240 megabytes per second, C10 speed. So for 4K, I think it goes up to 8K editing. So these are usually around $184. It's $159. And not the biggest sale. What is that? It's actually, well, actually, I take it back. They're usually more than that. They're actually usually around $200 and something. So I don't know what the percentage is, but I mean, for that big of a disc, I think I've seen them in the 200s. So at $159, pretty good deal overall. I think that's why I threw that in there, because if you're looking for that, you'll probably agree with me that the prices keep changing, but that's the lowest yet. Okay, next we have another laptop, maybe for a gamer, maybe you don't like the Alienware like I showed you. Here we go. Here's the Gigabyte Aero X16 here with Copilot Plus PC. So it's 165 hertz, 2560 by 1600. So you get good resolution on it. I mean, this is the super fast CPU here. First of all, you get the RTX 5070. Take a look at that. You get the Ryzen AI 9 HX370. That's incredibly fast. Look it up versus like the M series chips from Apple. Really good there. 1 terabyte SSD, 32 gigs of RAM. So this is going to be a powerhouse out the door, and you cannot go wrong with it. I mean, take a look at that. Let me just see. Yeah, the Ryzen here, crazy. So this is usually around $1,749. It's only $1,429. Close to 18 or 20% off right now. Still, when you get up there, this is a big discount, right? So you got to pick these things up. That's actually going to be a chip great for AI. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's got the great screen. So I think that's a good pick up there, and really high reviews, 4.8 out of 5. It's one of the highest laptop reviews I think I've seen, actually, because a lot of people, they pick them up and they don't like them. All right. Maybe you need some storage for your system, right? You just want some slow backup storage for all of your backups, for your photos, for your music. We got one for you right over here. We got the Seagate Ironwolf Pro. Again, these are made for like NASA's. Here you can see Enterprise NAS. It's not like they're going to last a lot longer than the consumer grade SSDs. And this is on sale right now. Only 7,200 RPM though. SATA 6, obviously. You get the idea. These are around $269 usually. It's $209 right now. That comes out to 22% off. They don't usually go on sale that high or that much. So that's a really good cost there in a drive that's actually 12 terabytes. So if you have a system like a NAS or a SAN or something in your house, those are what you want. All right, headphones. We got a couple pairs, or at least one more pair here that's actually a more quality pair than the last one I showed you. We got the Beats Studio Pro. We all know that that's actually owned by Apple now. Studio Pros, their kind of flagship model. Usually $250. It's $149, all right? How can you beat that? What is that? 57% off. Massive 57% off is crazy. Got to pick that up right now. They come in various colors as well, and I highly recommend those. I've actually used those. They're great headphones, and you just can't go wrong with them if you're flying and stuff like that. That's kind of their flagship, all right? All right, the next thing over here is another laptop. Maybe you need that, cheap Windows laptop. Let's take a look. We got the Dell 15 laptop, DC15250. 120 hertz, 13 gen. This is an i7, right? 16 gigs, 512 gigabyte SSD. This normally is around $699. It's on sale for $579, so 17% off. Again, these are great systems for work. If you have to use a Windows laptop for your job, and you maybe use even a Mac on the side, you pick one of these up, and it's going to last you a really long time. I guarantee it, because those are the systems that I use. I used to use at my old job and stuff like that, so they actually will last a long time. All right. TVs. I only got, I think, one TV in here. This one's actually, you do your own research. When I show this to you, do your research on this, because it's a great TV. Right over here, it's the Roku Smart TV. You're going to say, what? 65-inch, but this is the Pro Series. This is a QLED. See it right here? And these are generally around $1,200 usually, 4.5 out of 5 here. So it's usually around $1,200. It's actually $599 right now. What is that? 50% off, roughly. I mean, 50% off on this thing right now. And if you do the research on it, it's called the... I don't know the actual, I'll have the link in here. Go in and find the link. But I actually went to some of the review sites for this. This specific model I have not tested, but this gets really high ratings. And, obviously it's the QLED. So it's a great set. It's usually going to be over $1,000, and you're getting it for $599. So usually I know Roku TVs are a little bit cheaper, but this one, obviously, is not. I mean, it's going to be more expensive usually, but now it's in that $500, $600 range. Next thing over here, we got the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3X, maybe like the Lenovo for laptops. 2025, they call it the Everyday AI laptop. I don't know what that means, but this is Copilot Plus PC. So what are we going to get? We're going to get 16 gigs, 512, Qualcomm Snapdragon X. So this is usually around $650, somewhere in that range. And what do we have here? It's $559 right now. So that's going to be $559 for a Snapdragon, 16 gigs of RAM, 512, and a slim version of it. I think that's going to be probably one of the lower cost Snapdragon systems you can buy right now if you want to test out, kind of the Windows new CPUs and stuff like that. So definitely check this one out if that's what you want to get into. I can't recommend it, but it's got a 4.4 out of 5 because I've never used it, but we'll find out from the users. Okay, maybe you want to build your own PC. Maybe, obviously people like to do that. Here we go. We got the Ryzen 7 9700X right here, usually around $329, $349. Right now it's on sale for $250, so it's going to be, what is that, 30% off. That's an okay deal, right? I think you can always find deals on these, but I think that's one of the lower prices I've seen that one at. Never these things are always on sale, like I said, but you just have to look for, if you want to get another extra 10 or 15, 20 bucks off, these are the kind of sales you get with these kind of CPUs. The next one over here is the Ryzen 9 7900X. This is more of a beast here. This is usually around $500. It's only $285 right now, $285. So this is roughly 48% off, almost 50% off. So it's a 9 too, Ryzen 9. So if you're going to be building a massive system here, you want a fast gaming system, this is the CPU you want, and pick it up right now for $285. Okay, we only have a couple more things left here, so let's get through them. We got another M.2 drive. I thought this was a pretty good deal if you're looking for it. The Western Digital 4 terabyte Western Digital Blue here, SN5000. These are normally like $260, somewhere in that range. It's $199 now for 4 terabytes. Once you break that $200 price barrier on a name brand SSD like this, you should pick it up if you need one. Again, this is not going to be the fastest, but 5,500 megabytes per second is fast enough for any external storage or anything like that you're going to be throwing at it, I think. So don't worry about that. Okay, budget phones. Maybe you need one for your parents, maybe for your kids, or maybe just yourself, right? Here's a good one, Android obviously, but it's the Motorola Moto G Power. Now I actually used a different version of this a long time ago. I loved it. It's not going to be the best again, but you could be surprised how good they got, all right? And this is the 2025 version. So this is usually $300. It's $199 right now. That comes out to 33% off. You can't beat that. And it's got 120 gigs of storage in it. Made in the USA too. Look at that, made in the USA. So that's actually good. And it's got this cool green leaf color, which I think is actually really cool. So if you're looking for kind of a burner phone or something that you just take it with you when you travel, that could be the one, right? So you don't, in case you lose it. So it's not that bad at all for $199. Okay, big monitors, all right? Big 4K monitors. What do we have? Or at least close to 4K. I think it's kind of in between 4K and 1440p, depending on how you look at this one. But right over here, we got the LG 34GX90SA-W. Again, they do a terrible job at naming. 34 inches here, curved OLED screen, all right? This is usually around $1,300 to $1,400, somewhere in that range. It's on sale for $729, 47% off. There you go. That's the deal. Huge 34 inches, right? Curved in front of you for gaming, and OLED, and 240 hertz screen. How are you going to, get to some of those systems and put it on that? You're going to be, beating all of your opponents for sure, obviously. You're going to have a lot more screen real estate to look at. All right, the last one in here, let's see what we can find here. Here's the Western Digital 4 terabyte, blue. These are just drives. This is a drive you put into, again, a SAN, a NAS in your house for external cold storage a long time. You want to store it for. They're safer on these things than SSDs because they're spinning drives. So this is usually around $85, $86. It's on sale for $69.99. So $69.99 for 4 terabytes, really good cost there. So let's wrap this up. I'm losing my voice. I just wanted to get it out there, some sales, so you guys can definitely take a look at them all. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are these pretty good? Again, everything's subject to change, obviously, depending on when they change things. They always do. But get in there and start looking for the deals, and maybe I'll make another one. I'm not sure yet, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.